Michael, look you to the guard tonight. Let's teach ourselves the honorable stop, not to outsport discretion.
Iago, had direction what to do, but notwithstanding with my personal eye will I look to it.
Iago is most honest. Michael, good night. Tomorrow with your earliest, let me have speech with you. Come, my dear love. The purchase made, the fruits are to ensue, the profits yet to come, between me and you. Good night.
Good night. Welcome, Iago. We must to the watch.
Not this hour, Lieutenant, till it is not yet 10 o'clock. Our general cast us as early for his love of his Desdemona, who let us not therefore blame. He hath not yet went in the night with her, and she is sport for Jove.
Most exquisite lady.
And I'll warrant her full of game.
Indeed, she's a most fresh and delicate creature.
What an eye she has. Methinks it sounds partly to provocation. Well, happiness to their sheets. Come, Lieutenant, I have a stip of wine, and here without our grace of Cyprus gallants, that will fain have a measure to the heath of black Othello.
Not tonight, good Iago. I have very poor and unhappy brains for drinking. I could well wish courtesy would invent some other custom of entertainment.
Oh, there are our friends. But 1 cup. I'll drink for you.
I have drunk but 1 cup tonight, and I was craftily qualified too. And behold, what innovation it makes here. I'm unfortunate in the infirmity, and dare not task my witness with any more.
What, man? 'Tis a night of revels that gallants desire it.
Where are they?
Here, at the door. I pray you call them in.
I'll do it, but it dislikes me.
If I can fasten but 1 cup upon him, with that which he hath drunk tonight already, he'll be as full as a crow on the fence, as my young mistress' dog. Now, my sick fool Rodrigo, whom love hath turned most the wrong side out, to Desdemona hath tonight caroused potation pottle deep, and he's to watch. 3 elves of Cyprus, noble swelling spirits, that hold their honors in a wary distance, the very elements of this warlike isle, have I tonight flustered with flowing cups, and they watch too. Now, mongst this flock of drunkards, am I to put our Cassio in some action? They may offend this isle, but there they come. If consequence do but approve my dream, my boat sails freely, both with wind and stream.
For God, they have given me a rouse already.
Good faith, a little one, not past a pint, as I am a soldier.
Some wine, ho! And let me a clink, 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 and let me a clink, clink, clink. A soldier's man in man's life, but it's spent. Why then let a soldier drink? Some wine, boys!
For God, an excellent song!
I learned it in England, where indeed they're most potent in potting. You're Dane, you're German, and you're swag-bellied Hollander. Drink, ho! But are nothing to your English.
Is your Englishman so exquisite in his drinking?
Why, he drinks you with facility, your Dane dead drunk. He sweats not to overthrow your almond. He gives your Hollander a vomit, ere the next pottle can be filled.
To the health of our general!
I'm before it, Lieutenant, and I will do you justice.
Oh, sweet England! King Stephen was a worthy peer, his breeches cost him but a crown. He held that sixpence all too dear, without he called a tailor lown. He was a wight of high renown, and thou art of low degree. 'Tis pride that pulls the country down, take thy o'clock about thee.
For God, this is a more exquisite song than the other.
Will you hear it again?
No, for I hold them to be unworthy of this place as those things. Well, God's above all, and there behold, their souls must be saved.
It's true, good lieutenant.
For my own part, no offense to the general, nor any man of quality, I hope to be saved.
And so do I too, lieutenant.
But by your leave, not before me. The lieutenant is to be safe before the ancient. Let's have no more of this. Let's to our affairs. God forgive our sins. Gentlemen, let's look to our business. Do not think, gentlemen, that I am drunk. This is my ancient. This is my right hand, and this is my left. I am not drunk now. I can stand well enough and speak well enough.
Excellent well.
Why? Very well then. You must not think that I am drunk.
But as he often does?
'Tis evermore his prologue to his sleep. He'll watch the horlog a double set, if drink rock is not his cradle.
It were well that the general would put in mind of it. Perhaps he sees not, or his good nature prizes the virtue that appears in Cassio, and looks not on his evils. Is not this true?
How now, Rodrigo? I pray you after the lieutenant. Go.
And 'tis to the great pity that the noble Moor should hazard such a place as his own second, with one ingraft of infirmity. It was an honest action to say so to the Moor.
Not I, for this fair island. I do love Cassio well, and would do much to cure him of his evil.
Help! Help!
But hark, what noise?
Zounds, you rogue! You rascal!
What's the matter, Lieutenant?
A knave! Teach me my duty. I'll beat the knave into a Tuian bottle.
Beat me?
Does thou pray, rogue?
Nay, good Lieutenant, I pray you, sir, hold your hand.
Let me go, sir, or I'll knock you out of the mastard.
Come, you're drunk.
Drunk?
Away, I say. Go out and cry me, Amy. Nay, good lieutenant. God's will, gentlemen. Help, ho!
Oh.
Lieutenant, Sir Murtano. Help, masters. Here's a goodly watch indeed. Who's that who rings the bell? Diablo, ho! The town will riot. God's will, lieutenant. You'll be ashamed forever.
What is the matter here?
Sounds, I bleed still. I'm hurt to death. He dies.
Hold for your lives! Why, how now, ho? From whence ariseth this? Are we turned Turks, and to ourselves do that which the heaven hath forbid the Ottomites? For Christian shame put by this barbarous brawl. He that stirs next to carve for his own rage, holds his soul light, he dies upon his motion. Silence that dreadful bell. It frightens the isle from her propriety. What is the matter, masters? Honest Iago, that looks dead with grieving, speak, who began this? On thy love, I charge thee.
I don't know. Friends all, but now, even now, in quarter and in terms of bride and groom, devastating them from bed, and then, but now, as if some planet has some unwitted men, swords out, and tilting one at another's breast, in opposition bloody, I cannot speak. Any beginning to this peevish odds, and when an action glorious I had lost, those legs have brought me to a part of it.
How comes it, Michael? Are you thus forgot? Worthy Montano, you were wont to be civil. The gravity and stillness of your youth the world hath noted, and your name is great in the mouths of the wisest censure. What is the matter that you unlace your reputation thus, and spent your rich opinion for the name of a night brawler? Give me answer to it.
Worthy Othello, I'm hurt to danger. Your officer, Iago, can inform you. Well, I spare speech, which something now offends me, of all that I do know, nor now I ought. By me, by said, I done, I missed this night. Unless self-charity be sometimes advised, and to defend ourselves, it be a sin, when violence assails us.
Now, by heaven, my blood begins my safer guides to rule, and passion having my best judgment collide, essays to lead the way. If I once stir, or do but lift this arm, the best of you shall sink in my rebuke. Give me to know how this fool rot began, who set it on, and he who is approved in this offense. Thou he had twinned with me, both at birth. What? In a town of war, yet wild, the people's hearts brimful of fear. To manage private and domestic quarrel, in night and on the court and guard of safety? 'Tis monstrous, Iago, who began?
If partly affined or leaked in office, thou dost deliver more or less of the truth, thou art no soldier.
Touch me not so near. I have rather have this tongue cut out of my mouth than shall do offense to Michael Cassio. Yet I perceive myself to speak the truth. Shall nothing wrong him. This it is, General. Montano and myself being in speech, there comes a fellow crying out for help, and Cassio following him, with the trimming sword to execute upon him. Sir, this gentleman entreats into Cassio and entreats his pause. Myself, the crying fellow did pursue, lest by his clamor as his soul fell out, the town might fall in fright. He swift of foot outrun my purpose, and I returned him rather. Forth, then I heard a clink and a fall of swords, and Cassio high in oath, which till tonight I ne'er in my sight before. When I come back, for this was brief, I found them close together, at blow and thrust, even as again they were when you yourself did part them. More of this matter I cannot report, but men are men, and the best sometimes forget. Though Cassio did some little wrong to him, as men in rage strike those to wish the best, yet surely Cassio, I believe, received from him that fled some strange indignity, which patient cannot pass.
I know, Iago, thy honesty and love doth mince this matter, making it light to Cassio. Cassio, I love thee, but nevermore be officer of mine. Look, if my gentle love be not raised up, I'll make thee an example.
What's the matter, dear?
All's well, sweeting. Come away to bed. Sir, for your hurts, myself will be your surgeon. Lead him off. Iago, look with care about the town, and silence those whom this vile brood distracted. Come, Desdemona. 'Tis the soldier's life to have their balmy slumbers waked with life.
What? Are you hurt, Lieutenant?
Past all surgery.
Mary, God forbid.
Reputation, reputation, reputation. I have lost my reputation. I have lost the immortal part of myself, and what remains is bestial. My reputation, Iago, my reputation.
As I am an honest man, I had thought you had received some bodily wound. There is more sense in that than reputation. Reputation is an idle and most false imposition. Off got without merit and us without deserving. You have lost no reputation at all, unless you repeat yourself such a loser.
What man?
What, man? There are more ways to recover the general again. You are but now cast in his mood, a punishment, yet more in policy than in malice. Even so, as one would beat his offenseless dog to a fight an imperious lion. Sue to him again, and he's yours.
I will rather sue to be despised than to be deceived. So good a commander was so slight, so drunken, and so indiscreet an officer. Drunk, and speak parrot, and squabble, swagger, swear, and discord for stain with one's own shadow. O thou invisible spirit of wine, if thou hast no name to be known by, let us call thee devil.
What was he that followed with your sword? What had he done to you?
I know not. I remember a mass of things, but nothing distinctly. A quarrel, but nothing wherefore. O God, that men should put an enemy in their mouths, to steal away their brain, that we should with joy presence, revel and applause transfer ourselves into beasts.
Why, but you are now well enough. How have you thus recovered?
It has pleased the devil's drunkenness to give place to the rebel wrath. One unperfectness shows me another, to make me frankly despise myself.
Come, you are too severe morally. As the time, the place, and the condition of this country stands, I could hardly wish that this has not befallen. But since it has,
For your own good.
mend it for your own good.
I will ask him for my place again, and he shall tell me I'm a drunkard. Has eyes of many mouths as Hydra? Such an answer will stop them all. To be now a sensible man, by and by a fool, and presently a beast, oh strange. Every inordinate cup is unblessed, and the ingredient is the devil.
Come, good wine. Good wine is a good familiar creature, if it be well used. Exclaim no more against it. Angry lieutenant, I think you think I love you.
I have well approved it, sir. I drunk?
You, or any man living, may be drunk at a time. I tell you what you shall do. Our general's wife is not the general. I may say so in disrespect, for that he hath devoted and given himself up for contemplation, mark, and development of her parts and graces. Confess yourself freely to her. Importune, her help will put you in your place again. She is of so free, so kind, so apt, so blessed of disposition. She holds it a vice and her goodness not to do more than she's requested. This broken joint between you and her husband, entreat her to splinter. And my fortunes against any lay worth naming, this crack of your love shall grow stronger than it has before.
You advised me well.
I protest in the sincerity of love and honest kindness.
I think it freely, and betimes in the morning I will beseech the virtuous Desdemona to undertake for me. I am desperate of my fortunes if they check me.
You are in the right. Good night, Lieutenant. I must to the watch.
Good night, honest Iago.
And what's he then that says I play the villain? When this advice is free, I give an honest, probe to thinking, and indeed, the course to win the more again. For 'tis most easy, the inclining Desdemona, to subdue any honest suit. She is framed as fruitful as the free elements. And then, for her to win the more, warrant to renounce his baptism, all seals and symbols of redeemed sin. His soul is so inverted to her love, that she may make, unmake, do as she lists, even as her appetite should play the god of his weak function. How am I then a villain? His parallel course, directly to his good. Divinity of hell! When devils will the blackest sins put on, they do suggest that perhaps heavily chose, as I do now. For while this honest fool pals to Simona to repair his fortune, and she for him pleads strongly to the Moor, I'll pour this pestilence into his ear, that she repeals him for her body's lust, and by how she strives to do him good, she shall undo her credit with the Moor. So will I turn her virtue into pitch, and out of her own goodness make the net that should enmesh them all. How now, Rodrigo?
I do follow here in the chase, not like a hound that hunts, but one that fills up the cry. My money is almost spent, and I have been tonight exceedingly well cudgeled. And I think the issue will be, I shall have so much experience for my pain, and so, with no money at all, and a little more wit, return to Venice.
How poor are they that have no patience? What wound will ever heal but by degrees? Thou knowest we work by wit, and not by witchcraft, and wit depends on dilatory time. Does it not go well? Cassio has beaten thee, and thou but small hurt and cashier Cassio. Thou other things grow fair against the sun, yet fruits that blossom first will first be ripe. Content thyself a while. By the mass, 'tis morning. Pleasure and action make the hour seem short. Retire thee. Go while thy art belittled. Away, I say. Thou shalt no more hereafter. Nay, get thee gone. 2 things are here to be done. My wife must move to Cassio to her mistress. I'll set her on. Myself a while, to drive a Moor apart, and bring him jump, and he may find Cassio soliciting his wife. Ay, that's the way. 'Twill not devise by coldness and delay.